we want to avoid the whole one-size-fits-all
Yes.
uniformity thing.
Correct.
You know,
That's
like,
a good one.
everybody has to be the same. No, unity in diversity. Different regions have different concerns. Some are a bit more mountainous, others are more maritime or something like that. Let their policies reflect that.
I think COVID was a great example of what happens when you centralize the power in the response. Like,
Oh my gosh.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, like it was, oh, wear the mask, do this, do that. Yeah, maybe for if you're 75 or 70 and above, but it was no, everyone. I don't care if you're 2 years old or 75 years old.
One size fits
One
all.
size fits all.
Everything is based on the national government.
So president dictates policy for these
And
places, or
even Congress, the National Congress does this. If you're a provincial governor, you don't really have much control in terms of how you can. You're limited by
you're
small.
decentralizing basically the power.
Yes.
Which
yes.
is so important. I don't think people understand how important it is. You cannot be governed by somebody across from. I mean, how would your local issues be solved with somebody who's so disconnected from it? From a national level, they see things on a completely different thing. They have their own agendas, their own motives, whereas a localized federal system would create this state governance. You know your problems. You know exactly, you're lighter on your feet. You're more specific to the solutions.
Exactly. We want to avoid the whole one-size-fits-all
Yes.
uniformity thing.
Correct.
You know,
That's a
like,
good one.
everybody has to be the same. No, unity in diversity. Different regions have different concerns. Some are a bit more mountainous, others are more maritime or something like that. Let their policies reflect that.
I think COVID was a great example of what happens when you centralize the power in the response. Like,
Oh my gosh.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, like it was, oh, wear the mask, do this, do that. Yeah, maybe for if you're 75 or 70 and above, but it was no, everyone. I don't care if you're 2 years old or 75 years old.
One size fits
One
all.
size fits all. And look at that. Look what that did to society. So, and that was only a couple of years of it.
Oh my God.
What we're living through is a permanent one size fits all. From Imperial Manila, I will decide what Tuguegarao needs best. I will decide that they need a stop sign on this corner. You know, how the hell would they know that, right?
Exactly.
Leave that to the barangay captain, so to speak.
Exactly.
But we're talking, of course, on a macro level. But your end goal here is to, because the states will know what's best for their own locals because they are there.
Exactly.
And what you're trying to create is this competitiveness, this natural competitiveness between the states so that we can all push forward. It's not just left up to one national government. And, you know,
Exactly.
it's game theory playing out.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
mean, if Ilocos starts doing well, what's Mindanao's or Davao's excuse?
Exactly. You know what happens basically when you have a federal and decentralized setup like that? People from different regions are going to say, these guys are doing something great. Why aren't we doing that?
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to say, well, the jobs are in there. Let's move there. And then, oh no, we're losing voters. We're losing people. We got to shape up. So, I mean, that's kind of the reason why decentralization actually works. You know, it's
And you're pushing all this from an economic standpoint.
from a very economic standpoint.
Okay, so it's all of the correct movements. Yeah, but it's in the name.
It's in the name, right?
So it's all pushing from it. So this is the argument. We're focusing on this, on the economic.
And also we do have the fact that, well, we also want to make sure that we also lessen the ethnic tensions that end up happening. Because I remember when I was growing up in Cebu from grade 6 all the way to fourth year high school, there was a resentment against Metro Manila.
From the Cebuanos.
From a lot of Cebuanos. I mean, like, it was always like,
Imperial Manila.
yeah, Imperial Manila. Sige lang, pirmi na lang Manila, nga, kita di ay. Like, you know, what about us? You know, it's like, there was this resentment that was.
Because you're right. I mean, it's almost second class.
Yeah.
Almost every other city is deemed second class to Manila. And that's why all the rodents jump into the ship here. It's because this is where all the cheese is, right?
And that's why you also have this mega traffic problem and all the other issues that we're faced with.
Yeah, I've been a very staunch supporter of and advocate of decentralization.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad to have this conversation with you because you're giving depth to my viewpoint. Because I was really thinking just from the traffic point of view.
Yeah.
But now we're tapping deeper into the root cause of it, which is like this will drive the behavior that you want.
Exactly.
Okay, so what
Exactly.
we're trying to do is just naturally flow with the natural incentives of people, what given their needs, and you're saying it starts with job opportunities, foreign direct investment, and then the next step is this federalism, which will help to achieve this goal because it will, okay,
Spread them out.
spread them out, and now you're in charge of smaller regions. You know what's right. The next step is parliamentary. How does that play into it, and how does this move us forward?
Okay, so the parliamentary system, what it basically does is it creates a more efficient system of governance, a more efficient, more accountable, more flexible, more stable,
Less personality based.
more accountable system, less personality based, a system that is much more party platform oriented. The parliamentary systems generally they're less personality oriented than presidential systems, and that's what I have here with this book here with these two books. This one book here talks about the failure of presidential democracy, and this is kind of widely known already that presidential systems are actually lousy.
By Valenzuela.
Yeah, so by Juan Lintz and the late Juan Lintz and Arturo Valenzuela. So this book really talks about the failures, the problems of presidential systems. And then here, parliamentary versus presidential government. This is edited by Aaron Leipart. I've actually had a session with him back in 2023, like a Zoom session discussion. And it was a really very, very sharp guy. He's a really mega senior already, but still very sharp. And he really talks about why parliamentary systems are actually better than presidential systems.